Checky cheese, check 1 2 please. Chucky check cheese, please. Moisture is the essence of wetness. Thank you so much. Welcome back to the barbershop. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back. IUCL Season 13, Indiana University Champions League. Me and a bunch of boys, you've seen some of the competitive content on my channel that I mix in here. Season 13 has kicked off. We did a draft about 2 weeks ago, and I am here and ready to show you. Oh no, I exposed myself. Oh, Dylan, I hope you don't watch this. I'm exposed. We're already into week 2, and I want to show you, I want to break down a couple things for you guys. We did a draft. First thing I want to show you is my team. I had 4th in the draft. We do snake order draft, 1 through 16, then back around to the top and so forth. I had 4th this year. Here's my draft from last season, which I won the championship, which is on my channel a few videos ago. The greatest Pokemon battle ever played. I 6-0'd Connor in the finals. That was incredible. That's why I had first pick. I had Klefki, Latios, Mega Venusaur, great team. Oh, and then I had Ninetales, which made it awesome. So anyway, this time I have, we unbanned Torn-T, we unbanned Dragapult. Anyway, now I have Torn-T, Heatran, Urshifu, Rapid Strike, Raikou. Raikou's so good in League. I have Mega Altaria, never had Mega Alt before. This is our 13th season. We were founded back in like, Nick and I started this back in like 2016, maybe, early 2016, maybe it had to be 2016. We do about 2 seasons a year. Seasons usually last about 3-4 months, 5 months. A lot of fun, and we're still going strong. We have a group of 30 plus guys in the league. Anyway, as you can see here are the drafts, and here's everybody's draft. Wes through Connor. Wes actually had a guy dropped, and Wes had to pick up his team. But we did our first battle already for the season. I didn't get it live, but I'm going to do another video where I do that. I'm going to do another video where I break that down, do the replay analysis, and then I'm going to do my next upcoming battle versus Dylan week 2 here. Here are all the replays and all of our stats, and you know, we're pretty legit. We got an MVP tracker, everything. We're actually probably the most legit. We are the most legit competitive Pokemon league out there. Draft league, I think. Besides, like, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I played Dylan week 2. I did cop a dub week 1. I'll show you that in the next video. But I did obviously win 6-2, 4-0. But what I really want to show you guys today is the breakdown of my draft for this season. Not my favorite draft ever, and I have a lot of solid drafts that I really like. This one we'll have to see. Like I said, I am 1-0 with it so far. I'm just using a lot of Mon here that I've never drafted before, so it's brand new and it's uncomfortable for me. So it's kind of out of just that comfortable. But I know all these Pokemon. I know how to use them. So round 1, I did take Tornadus-T. We do allow a Z Crystal user in our league, and I made mine Torn-T. I found after so many years that you want your Z Crystal user to be fast, use it offensively. Last season I had it on Latios, and it was incredible. This gives me, I mean, Torn as a round 1 pick, obviously. The only things that went before Torn were Aegislash, Dragapult, and Lele. That makes sense. Melmetal. I've taken Melmetal round 1 before. It was incredible. I think I lost that season. Or did I win that season? I don't know. I have 7 championships out of 12 seasons, I think. So things have gone really well for me in this league. But Torn is so great in league because it's versatility and its utility, and right off the bat, obviously it's got U-turn. U-turn, Hurricane, Knockoff, Heat Wave. It's got Super Power, Focus Blast. It's set up on both sides. Now it gets Nasty Plot as an offensive threat with a speed base of 121. That's super scary. It's got enough bulk to be a defensive check, especially with Regenerator. Now, since heavy duty boots, Life Orb, it can even be Specs, and now I've given it the opportunity to run a Z Crystal, Z Hurt, Nasty Plot, Z Heat Wave, Nasty Plot, Physical, Z Fly, Physical, Z Close Combat. Or does it get, no, it gets Superpower. Does it get close? It doesn't get Close Combat, it gets Superpower though. Everything, it gets Toxic. Now it gets Defog. With that Regenerator ability, it's just so good, and just the pure flying type, you can really build around that and kind of have that and really move forward with your draft. So an excellent starting point. Heatran round 2. I got sniped really hard. I was going for Mega Lopunny for my second pick. I think Adam took it right before me. Yeah, he took it right before me. I was really hoping to get Torn-T Megalop as a super offensive core. Didn't get it, but it happens. So we're going to move forward. But we take Heatran. I did not bring it week 1, but Heatran is one of the best, if not the best fire type in the game. You already know what it does. It works very well with Torn, resisting the ice. Torn resists the fighting in the ground. They work very well together. Getting up rocks. It can be offensive or, an amazing special wall. Even physically defensive with both Flash Fire and Flame Body is very popular on it now. It's got that 4 times weakness, but you can bring Shooka or Balloon, and Train is very versatile. It can be Scarfed, it can be Specs, it can be a lot of things. It can trap like Blissey, things like that. So, and then I did get Urshifu Rapid Strike, my 3rd pick. This is a great offensive Mon. In OU, it's one of the best Mon. It's great in League because, the Surging Strike's always hitting critically. It just breaks through setup. It breaks through screens. You can ban this thing, and it just breaks through you. And it's with its access to Surging Strikes and Close Combat and Ice Punch and, like, Zen Headbutt. It can break through anything. Zen is good for, like, just week 1, I was going up against a Toxicroak. I almost brought Zen Headbutt for that. Obviously, that's good for things like Toxapex, but Ice Punch as well for, like, Dragonite. And then, of course, U-Turn. And then, of course, you also get Bulk Up and Drain Punch. So, this thing's great. It can be Scarfed, U-Turn, Banded, excellent. You don't have to really overcomplicate this thing. You can just break holes or just sweep for you. Obviously, Aqua Jet. It's phenomenal. I don't think it gets Swords Dance, but you don't need it. Great stats. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the 100 speed, but it's got great defense, physical defense, and then obviously great attack. And just, again, that move, the ability to always crit on a multi-strike move, it's really good. Raikou's so good. Last season, I took Raikou round 4, or excuse me, I think round like 6 or 7. 6. And it was so good. It, like, carried me last season. That and Snorlax, which I also picked up again. Raikou, it's just so... for some reason, it just fits every week. It's something you want to bring. Obviously, a fast electric type in League, in Draft League format, is extremely important. But in Raikou's got it all. It's got enough bulk. It's got the ability to bring a Shooka. It's one of the best. I usually either take Raikou, I've taken Regieleki. Yeah, that's what or I go for Thundurus or Zapdos, right? I've had Electivire before. Raikou is, it's up there with the best. I'd say Zapdos is so good, but now I've got Raikou and Torn-T to kind of break that flying and electric apart. So it works really nicely. I love bringing Shooka. Inner Focus, immune to Intimidate, but obviously immune to flinching, so that's nice. Like this week I'm going up against a Mega Metachamp, so I'll outspeed it and I won't get flinched, and maybe I'll drop a Spec Shadow Ball or something, who knows. But access to Volt Switch, access to Scald, and access to like Extra Sensory, and then obviously Discharge and Thunder in the Rain, and my team ultimately kind of ends up being a pseudo rain team. I'll show you that in a minute, but it all kind of works cohesively well. Also, this thing gets access to Shadow Ball, and now it also gets access to timid Aura Spheres ever since the Mints are able to change abilities, and I believe Gen 7, or excuse me, Natures. And what's even greater is it gets Weather Ball. So that works well in the sun, and everybody's all over weather, hail, rain. So Weather Ball is great on this thing. And then, of course, access to Calm Mind with a Shooka allows me to get a Calm Mind in and then just drop T-Bolts, Scalds, Shadow Balls, Aura Spheres, and really break through teams with the amazing speed. And this thing's got enough bulk where it's hard to OHKO, especially with a Shooka. You can't OHKO this thing. It's incredible. Great Pokemon. For round 4, some people say too early. I say not too early. Round 5, I scooped up my Mega because Megas were going. Nick took a Mega Venusaur first because it's such a good Pokemon, I don't blame him. I usually draft it. Then Adam snagged Mega Lopunny, Mega Mawile went, Mega Gyarados went, Mega Guard went, Mega Latios went. Still a lot of good Megas left, but those are a lot of the bangers. Mega Pinsir's a banger. Mega Medichamp's a banger down here. Mega Zard X is a banger. I've had Mega Heracross before too. Mega Pinsir's a banger. Mega Diance's a banger, but Mega Altaria, I needed a fairy type, and obviously fairies go very soon, very quickly. And I was feeling it. I needed a dragon. You always want something with Dragon Dance so you can have that setup opportunity. Mega Altaria is so good, especially working with Heatran And as you'll see later with Seismitoad and with Tornadus-T, they really work really well together. This thing is so good because it hits on both sides. It can be physical with Dragon Dance, and then of course with Pixelate, even Body Slam becomes it's like 110 base power with a 30% chance to paralyze. Or even more than that, I think it's like 120, but incredible move. And then obviously Frustration hits really hard, or Return, and then you also have Double Edge, which just breaks things in half. It's like 156 base power fairy attack off of Dragon Dance, super powerful. And then of course you get Earthquake for steel types. It's all you really need. And then on the special side, you've got your Fire Blast and your Flamethrower, and you've also got your like Hyper Voice and Hyper Beam. Probably not using Hyper Beam very often unless it's very specific. But you've also got Heal Bell, Defog, and Roost. And you've also got Haze. You've also got Cotton Guard. Obviously King DDD set, the Dragon Dance, defensive Dragon Dance set with Cotton Guard, Dragon Dance, Body Slam, and Roost. Last week I actually brought a defensive set with Body Slam, Heal Bell, Roost, and Defog, and it worked out for me. It puts in a lot of work. This thing is incredible. I can't wait to use it throughout the season. I love that it has such balanced offensive and physical and special, as well as excellent bulk. Not excellent bulk because the HP is middling, but the defenses are great. The 80 speed is acceptable, especially with access to Dragon Dance and having such great typing with Fairy Dragon. Great Pokemon for League, a great Mega to have. And I know a lot of like Mega rankings, this thing in League is usually pretty high because of its versatility and the different roles it can play. So happy to have it round 5, and it fits the team really well. And then in the 6th round, Slowking Galar was actually still there. So had to swag that up. Didn't have a Psychic or a Poison type, and also this works just so well with my first few Mon, because it just does. If you just look at all the typings together, it works very well, fits the team very well. And I did not know this thing actually did not get Teleport when I drafted it. But it doesn't. That's just regular Slowking and Slowbro. But it does get Calm Mind, it does get T-Wave, it does get Future Sight, and it just gets, I mean, putting an Assault Vest on this thing, it just makes it so bulky with Regenerator. It's tough to break through. This is a weird Calm Mind physical defensive set I was playing with, but it's so hard to break through this Mon. Future Sight, Side Shock. That's actually what I brought last week. So great Mon. I mean, it's just so much as a special wall. You come in, get those Future Sights, and then you can really do a lot of work with it. So, and the typing fits the team so well. So really great coverage on the thing. Power Gym. Gets access, Nasty Plot, of course. Calm Mind, Slack Off. So a lot of great options here. We'll see how it works throughout the Trick Room. I also have like Trick Room opportunity as well because I have Snorlax. So it's definitely going to be a key member of my team. And actually, this thing went undrafted like 2 seasons ago. We completely forgot about it. And like then it went like round 1 last season because we were like, what did we do? Anyway, that was it for my first 6 picks. And then for my back half, needed Ground type and a Dark type. So Crook was still on board. Never drafted Crook before, but immediately went to it because I had to fill that gap. I needed a Dark type. You got to have a Dark type in League, or you can get swept by like a Reuniclus, swept by Psychic. So you already know what this thing does. It's got that 92 base speed, so it can outspeed some things, get a taunt off. It can be a great lead with Intimidate. It can be a great sweeper with Intimidate, or more likely Moxie. It can taunt, get rocks up. It can Swords Dance, I believe. No, it can bulk up though. I know it can bulk up. And, knock off, crunch, Stone Edge, EQ. It can Pursuit in League, which is great. It's got cool things like Aqua Tail. It doesn't need much. Again, this got Fire Fang, and it hits hard. And the Intimidate tech is so nice. So, and you don't know, right? Because you can come in and Intimidate, set up rocks, taunt you, Dragon Tail you around, or it can be a late game sweeper. So you really don't know at the beginning what this thing's going to do. But got to have a Ground type, got to have a Dark type. This thing fills the role. It's a great Mon. But of course, I need a normal type. I draft Snorlax a lot because it's so good in League. I can't believe how late it goes every time. I've probably drafted it 4 or 5 times. It's so good. It's just such a versatile, bulky, special wall. And I especially needed it as a Shadow Ball check. And also I resist fighting really well right now. So I definitely have room for Snorlax on this team. I actually have, as much as bulk as I actually have a lot of offensive pressure. And Snorlax also has a lot of offensive pressure. Snorlax, Curselax, I bring that a lot. AV Lax can check anything in the world on the special side. Lax gets Pursuit. It gets Facade, which is great. Thick Fat is phenomenal. And, having that ghost immunity is so key. Snorlax is one of the best with AV Pursuit. Obviously, it gets the Belly Drum, Citrus Berry set, very scary, and Under Trick Room. Choice Band set is amazing. This thing could come every week and put in work. Every time it comes, it's so scary. I draft it half of the time because I don't want to play against it. But also, it's so good for checking like Blacephalon and Chandelure and other special hitters that you can just get in there. They do nothing to you. Even a Focus Blast does nothing, and then you just Pursuit Trap. So that's one of my favorite ways to use it, but also if their team doesn't have a hard-hitting fighting type, you can bank on me going for like a Chesto, Resto, Curse set. So need a grass type then. My 9th pick, I pick up a Shaymin, which is a phenomenal Pokemon. Dang, I should really hide my... This isn't even my final build, Dylan, but we'll see. Maybe I'll release this video after we battle. Shaymin's so good. I wish it got Defog, or that would be... I feel like that'd be a great move for this thing, but Natural Cure is a great ability, and it switches into a lot of things as a status absorber. And really, this thing can run any item at once based on your build, right? Leftovers, Life Orb, Specs, Scarf. With it having access to Seed Flare, this thing is so good. It does get Leech Seed, and it does get Synthesis. So this is kind of like my backup Mega Venusaur, when I can't have Megasaur. But it also gets Earth Power, which is great. And it also gets Air Slash, which is great. And it also gets Psychic, which is great. So while it can't hit everything, like it can't hit Skarmory without HP Fire, I don't think it gets Calm Mind or Nasty Plot, so it can't really set up on the special side, but it does get Swords Dance, so it can set up on the physical side, and where I think it does get access to Sucker Punch, or that might just be Celebi. But no, it doesn't get very much. Yeah, Zen Headbutt, Seed Bomb, and like Return is all you can do on the physical side, so not worth it there, but good coverage on the special side. You're not really going to be a huge sweeper, but with the Seed Flare having a 50% chance or a 40% chance to drop your Spadef in half, this thing can actually be really scary, and it's also really bulky. So it can be a defensive check with like Leech Seed, Synthesis, Toxic, and a Natural Cure status absorber, or it can be like it can put a Life Orb, Earth Power, Seed Flare, or something Specs, or a Scarfer. So it does have a lot of cool utility. Not the very best, but it is good, and it fills a role really nicely as a pure grass type, and with great stats. So this thing should go every season when people need a grass type. Got this round 9. That's pretty late for Shaymin in my opinion. But my 10th pick, I need a ghost type. Always got to have a ghost type. I went with Mismagius because every time I've ever drafted Mismagius, I win. I've won the season, or I've won the championship. I think that's true. Mismagius, I just know how to use it just right. It's got great. Now it's got Mystical Fire. It's just got great coverage, and just somehow the 105 speed just works, and having the 2 immunities to ground and fighting just works for it. You don't even need bulk. Somehow it has enough special bulk to take a hit or two. Gets Nasty Plot, gets Calm Mind, T-Bolt, Energy Ball, Dazzling Gleam. Does it get Focus Blast? No. Does it get Aura Sphere? You don't need it because Shadow Ball is just too good. It gets Destiny Bond, it gets Memento, it gets Trick, so it gets a lot of cool tech that can really fill a role on your team, especially with Nasty Plot and Shadow Balls, or just Spec Shadow Balls hits harder than you would think, and you can trick those specs away. It's really great mon. Does it get Taunt? I don't think it gets Taunt. Maybe it does. It does get Taunt. I think it's T-Wave too. Yeah, so it's a great mon. It really is. Last pure ghost type, I think I drafted a couple seasons ago. I did draft Poltegeist. Great mon. I almost took it instead of Mismagius, but I just wanted to switch it up because I hadn't had Mismagius in several seasons. So went with Mismagius this time. And Poltergeist ended up getting picked up round 12, which it should. I mean, having Shell Smash on your team is just a threat in general. It forces you to bring like checks to it. That's why, again, why I have like Snorlax for stuff like that. But we went with Mismagius. I think it's I'm definitely gonna bring it. I really do like playing with it. Then we pick up Seismitoad. I always like to have, if I'm gonna overlap typing. Now at this point, I don't have an ice type. I don't have a bug type. I don't have a rock type. I kind of slept on Lycanroc, but I slept on it and I didn't pick it up, and I kind of regret it. But we'll make it work. Maybe we'll make a trade for it. But I did pick up Seismitoad at this point because I realized I do kind of have a pseudo rain team built here. I've got Raikou, I've got Torn for Thunders and T-Bolts. Raikou's got, Thunders and Hurricanes. Raikou's got Weather Ball. Torn, I believe, has Weather Ball as well. Urshifu in the rain hits extremely hard with the Surging Strikes. Shaymin appreciates rain. Snorlax does fine in rain. And then obviously, Seismitoad loves rain. It can be a water absorb or swift swim. Obviously, it's another rocker. It's another ground immunity. It's another electric immunity. It's a water immunity. Gets knockoff. It's just a great Pokemon to have on your team as a second ground type and a second water type. Those are two types that I'm very happy to overlap. I've drafted Seismitoad probably 4, 5, 6 times. Excellent mon. It's just I know it doesn't have recovery, but it's bulky enough to get the job done. It just is a great rocker, and it's just having that water immunity is really nice. Gets the toxic off on you, gets you knocked off, gets the rocks up, and then now it gets Power Whip, and that's great as an offensive Swift Swim set. So love having that. I actually brought it last week. It put in a lot of work for me. Not a lot, but it's a great mon to have, and it really kind of fills that kind of hybrid role of offensive rain team and just a non-rain team, a defensive backbone. So works really well with Tran and a few other Pokemon on the team. For sure. And then my last pick, this is always kind of a filler piece. I could have gone with something. I was looking at something like a Rapid, because I don't have Rapid Spin, but I was looking at Armaldo. They just don't have the chops to cut it. And I, of course, was looking at Klefki because I don't have a natural fairy type. I have to Mega Evolve Mega Altaria to get that. But this thing is actually really nice. It actually doesn't really overlap with Heatran. Yeah, they kind of share that ground weakness, but Heatran's taking the fire for Klefki. And Klefki's Fairy doesn't overlap with Mega Altaria because Steel and Dragon kind of balance out their weaknesses. This thing's great for getting off Prankster Defogs, Prankster T-Waves, Prankster Spikes, and a few other things. It gets Iron Defense, Calm Mind, Prankster Switcheroo. It can do a lot of things, It unfortunately doesn't get Taunt or Encore, but you don't really need it. Having a Prankster T-Wave is really clutch in some situations. Prankster Defog is really clutch. And just that Fairy Steel typing is one of the best, if not the best typing in the game. It'd be good. But really fills out my team nicely, especially if I want to run Rain. I know I don't have a Rain setter. That goes really quickly. But this thing can come in and drop Rain Dances very quickly and easily and get rid of the hazards. It can also be a sweeper, I'm telling you, with the Iron Defense, Calm Mind, Draining Kiss, T-Wave set. It also gets Stored Power. Saying as it gets Foul Play. A lot of cool stuff to really... And I really like Spikes. Also now it gets Steel Beam. So that's the team for this season as it stands after the draft in week 1. And now we're open to trades moving week 2 and on. So there we go. Season 13, that's my draft. It's okay. Again, if you want to look at everybody else's draft, that's it for season 13. Have a peek. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all my subs that have stuck around. I know I had a little hiatus there. Love you guys so much. And let me know what you think about the team. If there's any ideas that you have for it that I'm missing. Really appreciate you guys. And I'm getting ready to upload a breakdown of my week 1 battle. Sorry I didn't get that live, but we'll get the replay here for you. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Take care. God bless.